ready for that.
Placing swarm grenade out.
Finesse with a really good lurk here. Start pulling a few numbers of MIBR, but they have not let NRG through that long yet.
There's that first contact with the buddy system, but that initiates NRG to move inside this B site. And it seems to be MIBR who are as comfortable as Sam to play towards yellow over here. Answered back by Artist, but low on HP, gets a nice little dink, but is now getting chased down. MIBR are coming out strong to win.
Great defensive mollies. Great delay coming out here from NRG on the post plant.
This is definitely big. Yes, JZZ and Heat open up, but there's that flank coming through, but Finesse unfortunately loses it to RGL. MIBR regaining control of the site, leaving Artist once again solo. Another 3 versus 1, and another 2-player waiting to greet him on the re-peak.
A little far behind, so they can choose to still get out of this one, but it looks like a Sage plant after util clear will be the goal.
Storm hasn't been popped, finally does so, and the push comes in. Nice underhand flash. Cell play by Victor. And that first blood once again coming out from Finesse, who now becomes the entry fragger, then falls back because the turret's watching the flank, then he becomes a flanker himself. So lots of things moving through. Victor was playing a one and done, hoping to catch one off guard because of that stage wall that came up from Artist. Still, player advantage for NRG. In great position to play passively. A 1-for-1.
3v2.
Reckoning available for RGL, but Buck has been dwelling down onto the spike. Not too sure if MIBR is going to use it. It's just going to be an entry instead. A dash in from Heat. Stop on a high-low. Good enough for 2 kills for RGL, keeping it expensive on the defense. So this allows for you now to play passively. Good recon out too, but it's still Victor in the back of yellow. The lineup of both now to 2 versus 1. Out to Victor to make the clutch. There's that first goal. Tap onto the second, not even halfway. So he's playing it patiently. JZZ gets the kill, but there's not going to be enough time. NRG will now score 2.
Oh, and taken out.
2. A rarity that we see as well on how we want to execute towards the A site.
Down A.
Nardis, though, falls first. Sam on that fight towards Boiler. A second one to meet up with him just under the tube. Answered back by Moritz. It's now even up a 2 versus 2. First one spotted, second one on top of that too. Connected onto Victor. As Crashes is now left on the clutch. Up now, creeping up. A tap onto the spike.
Oh my God.
Moving up on the ropes though. Heat was waiting for it. A quick scope to end. But look at that poison orb coming up. That's from the defender all the way towards the A site. And Heat, has been watching that angle the whole time. Victor pushed all the way through, but the ping coming out from the null command gives away his position, so still has to play it passively. Heat somehow letting that shot onto Victor. Reckoning coming out. Artist just getting stunned after stun. For the 3rd time even. It's him and Sam both falling down. Wow. And MIBR have been fighting back strong here coming after this timeout. More passively because they have a lockdown to work with. Already comes up. There's that Molly. Shock Dart combo trying to break it down. It lands close enough. It didn't. So that lockdown is still to come through. It's actually going to potentially even lock down one. Heat on the rotator cross on the Raptor, lands it onto Crashies. The defuse already comes down for MIBR. Snake bites then to retaliate out from Sam, slowing it down for a bit more. High tide, look at the scaling coming out from that utility from both walls. Both controllers doing so good. Now we have to fight behind it.
Oh my God,
Sam opens it up onto FRZ. We have yet to tap onto that spike. Finally, we'll break it down onto the Cove. Now the Cove disappears and that Finesse gets the kill. But then JZZ already comes back out.
Absolutely lost in the sauce when Victor came around the corner. Here's the retake. What can they do?
Recon Dart already slowed down for a bit. Crashes is looking for a super late lurk down towards the A site. Big knife to come through. That might give the timing to get through. As Artist playing from under. The flank might not even be needed. It's just to come in to not allow Heat to save the operator.
Just looking, Heat's ready to pull that trigger in such a scary spot too. Once he gets pinged out, he just dodged it. Can still dash.
Dashes as he gets the pick onto Finesse. The res comes up though. That allows Finesse to move up with the lockdown if they want to. Getting a timing off the high tide coming down. Same thing here on the attack. Good on Victor to fall back and not go for the flash because that high tide, the toxic screen was coming down. As Artist tries to go for the self boost for a kill. All of MIBR continuing to be very strong on these retake plays. A drop in! As Sam greets him. JZZ and RGL on a 3 versus 2. High tide to push forward, gain space for JZZ, catching finesse. Oh my god, almost missed that one. But it's a 2 versus 1. The first one was a little bit shaky, but he was crispy on that second kill. Al Jonas saw him dancing the way through on a 2v1 clutch. Now gets pinged. Has to dance and play behind the wall. Shark darts are coming in. Oh! Destroyed it for the 2 kills! And the Red Bull clutch had tied the first half, 6-6. Also trying to see if they can waste out some utility. But sheriffs are coming into play into this pistol round. A 1-for-1. But a 2-for-2. As the plant finally comes in with 30 seconds left on the clock. Both players down for NRG. Working together. Pass towards screens. High tide comes down. Now separated on a high low, but Artist still wins that one.
One enemy remaining.
Saw him now. W player. W streamer. Gets the flank there onto JZZ. And also gives NRG the W into the round. Recon Dart also being thrown delays on the util.
So much delay.
No plant coming down at least. Push in from NRG as MIBR are all stuck towards 410.
They're already in sight, defending every corner. MIBR trying to get in.
Seconds left with the spike going down.
Spike down.
A trade-off here as shock darts are even coming through on the defense. Some on the top finally stopped.
Player standing.
And the bleeding also stops on the hit in to the A site. Bonus round not converted. High tide was just used. But we still have a toxic screen available. Reckoning then coming out. Finesse being pinged out. Flank battle being heard now by FRZ. Artist is the one on that flank. The backstab, where's the communication? But at least it gets traded out. Finesse down towards yellow, trying to put an alarm bot, a turret on the top of yellow. But we're closing in right now on a 2 versus 1. Make that even a 1 versus 1. Tap onto the spike. Victor looking to bring it halfway. And just pre-firing the shot, but it's still going to be the round for MIBR. Tying up the game back 8-8. Wow, oh my god, even an ult coming out deep. This might be a call here for Ashley, still with the player advantage, still very doable right now. That Viper's pit went too deep towards screen, so this double flank coming out from NRG could pan out.
Another round by Maurice where it just switches. Oh, big ult.
A huge one. Now a flash to come in. Maurice fully blinded, cannot find Victor. But after that kill, they know he's still stuck towards screens. The 2 flankers are still coming in towards 410 as the fight still comes in into the thick of it. As Maurice decides to put the pit down. Get picked off instantly and Sock comes in. Supporting NRG on the defuse.
Able to figure each other out round for round and bring a little bit more of the firefight. Oh.
The flash to assist though, this is huge. What teamwork from NRG. Into this mixed buy that we currently have from MIBR. The 2 rifles that remain are actually still stuck towards spawn, running towards the A site. But as we rotate across, who's there? That's Finesse. All of that utility. Off the alarm bot, but man, that was such a good fight by NRG.
Such a disgusting set play. The turn as well. To get that flash through, you just saw how timed and calculated it was there for NRG. They get back to play defense here as Finesse starts off on Maurice. It's just Meister. RGL.
Flawless.
And he goes down to Artist.
Especially against FRZ. That might cancel out the pit, or some might not care. Just stay in there. Decides to fall back instead. As Maurice was watching that flank, unfortunately dropping Finesse and Crashy. He's trying to go for that double flank. That might be it for this round, especially with the Reckoning to gain that space. Finesse is staying inside this A site, afraid, aware of the potential lurk coming out from Maurice. Double combo pushing Heat out of position. Heat out of dodge. And that might seal the deal right there. And there's that push up. Spot it now. The flash then, the fight. And vulnerable. Maurice gets the easy kill onto Victor.
Wow. The round they take away the alert bot from Kitchen. Absolutely ridiculous how they're making these calls to go away from the utility and play the right angles. Now towards A.
30 seconds left.
That was the null command. Victor had null command up and was already playing A. They were expecting to be able to deny this Van Silly.
There's the up trap, the right click's missing wide.
Oh my gosh.
But FRZ moves in from the ropes, dropping down Artist. Song trying to get a timing towards the back of the site. The recon dart to come out. He sprays on the first as there's 10 seconds left. The shock dart actually canceled the plant initially. As we have a 2v2 into the site. Heat still, when he updraft, was still alive into this round with 26 HP left. Alarm bot now in, but RGL's able to Stay away from that radius. Heat watching the left side. The beating out coming out
enemy remaining.
from Finesse. As it swings across for that kill. Crashes on a 2 versus 1. Tries to even it up. Not forcing the second one, and Heat watches the angle as Crashies re-swings out.
They want NRG to act, and they say, ha, just kidding. We're going somewhere else. Even if that's slow. Even how they cut sound. Look for the contact.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, contact found.
And RGL at least was able to stop that, not allowing multi-kill to happen. Or Som. Finesse caught on a rotate. Now Artist has to play close with an ult. Reckoning to come out too. Null come in. Retaliated by Victor, but a little too late. The wall, there's still a gap in it, so MIBR can still plant. Off shot miss, and things are looking grim now for NRG. As MIBR flood down across the map on the post plant. Crashy's trying to get a timing here.
One enemy remaining.
No res to come out, gets the first kill. Util being broken here from the shock dart as the last 2 players are playing very passively for FRZ and RGL. It's going to come down to those fundamentals of that turret. As soon as Crashes comes across, now gets spotted. Here comes the high-low on the second tap. There's the first and the second. MIBR, or shock darts. For MIBR, it's just cascades. So everybody for NRG, because of this util coming out from the double controller, also fall back. And this gives an opportunity for NRG or MIBR to just move into these sites and plant. Heat with the first blood onto Artis. 4 more to go here for MIBR to upset NRG on the first map. Victor has something else to say until RGL comes in for the event, the revenge. No plant coming down yet. 40 seconds left on the clock. Finesse trying to get a timing, but stopped. And it's all to one lone man. Som here on a 4 versus 1. Got the Rebel clutch in a 2v1 before. But now, he has to fight inside a pit. First one on the contact. Clean shot onto RGL. Through the smoke, JCZ falls, but the pit's still up. Heat just at the top of the tower. Som trying to run in. Gets fought by Maurice. And MIBR will eventually get the first map here. 13-10 over NRG. Now you go for the wall execution. We're just ready to play a very aggressive flank now for MIBR. As you have a comp at least here for NRG that could play that pulse plant with paint shells, nano swarms, snake bites. There's great opportunities to play off-site at Long B. But it's just Victor by himself. Getting that first. Victor! Oh my, okay, that works out.
2 class.
Maurice watching from the spawn. Patient play from MIBR, thinking that NRG was going to re-aggress out there. Thra and now RGL. Trying to regain towards the map. Frenzy on a 1 versus 1. Som at the top of B Heaven. As the Cove comes out to spray onto the Frenzy, but there's almost no time. Som's playing this perfectly. And a round's gonna come in here for NRG on the pistol. Wow. A B-Link. Trailblazer out from JZZ. It's gonna get shot down by Som. Not gonna spot too much. Vulnerable by a snake bite. Big flash now. As Frog gets 2 kills. Artist on the backstab for the B-Link. But it comes down to those 2 players that we mentioned before. With Pulse Plant utility. Nanoswarm down on 2. Victor still has potentially lineups here with the snake bite. The first one comes down. The Guardian for the first kill. And it's up to Victor on a 2 versus 1. Who does get that pick onto FRZ. Now there's not going to be any time left. Wow. Victor answers back. JZZ saves, and it's NRG with 3.
Round is then going back towards
30
B.
seconds left.
It's going to be a tough hold here. 4v2. But it is a shorty and a sheriff on either side.
Locked down in. They're looking for the second one. The flick back gets it. Back into the Frenzy to break it. It's a 2 versus 2. Snake bite into the B-Link. The awareness out of this player coming out from Victor is amazing. The attacker killjoy will allow Victor to reposition down towards the back of the B halls, especially with the toxic screen coming up. Flash now, full blind. It's up to 1. JZZ with a 4th into the round. Crashy's making it a 1 versus 1. JZZ cannot get the ace. It's Crashy's instead with the Red Bull clutch. 1 through the cascade. But now it's a showstopper. Artist looking to clear space. Early shot. Oh my god, Heat gets 1 through. Finally onto the high side. Pete now. Pit now comes out, sorry. As Artist at least, yes, has fallen under. but has created that space to allow NRG to play that pulse plant. Travelers are out on the attack, on the defense, on the retake. Snakebite to also stop any players from running down. It's only one tap onto the spike. Still one more Snakebite available here for Victor. Just threw it down. Here comes the heal. Flash does not affect players. It's a 1-for-1 there. And it's Maurice still fighting back. And unfortunately here for the rest of NRG, they got wowed by MIBR's retake.
Could get some good info, but they're all staying behind. Here's the Reckoning Van Silly. Let's just wait to see who they can push out.
And Trailblazer actually went onto the right side instead. Still going to be able to get a plant out from Som.
Yeah. Spike down.
I don't know about this idea of playing outside the site. A pit's available for Maurice.
I've got your trail.
FRZ moving in now for the first blood on the retake. Seekers on the attack to push out the defenders. The snake bites, nanoswarms, everything's up. Heat on the top of the boxes looking for this kill onto Victor. There's just too much utility as the pick comes back. Out on the defense. The spray out. Heat dashing forward. The pit then comes back down. And it's NRG across the board. Finesse with the last 2 kills. Artist gaining that space, couldn't get onto the top of the hut. But now is, oh my god, lurking in to get that entry onto Maurice. Plant comes in. FRZ making himself known on that flank attempt on mid. Artist continues to push forward. Pain Shell's now available again. Pushing Heat even further back. Even a boom bot! As he eats it down to 11 HP. Now gets sprayed by Artist. The opener into a 3K. Opening up the site and forcing MIBR to retreat.
And they calculated the timing perfect, too. Right as that Viper's Bite went down, Artist said, perfect timing. They're going to expect a bit of a delay. He flies straight in. The rest of the team was kind of there already. We saw the harbor plant going down from Som. So they really were not delayed too much. And
Link. So there's already 4 players inside this B side, but it's a showstopper to come out. Unfortunately, doesn't land. Another Rosa as the Seekers are being answered back by JZZ. So an all for alt, a stalemate with 1 minute left on the clock. We're waiting for the rest of the utils, the next wave of the walls to come up here. Meanwhile, that lurk was lost from NRG. Oh, the drive-by denied, clotheslined. 1 more left to go, spotted by JZZ. There it is. Cascade now with a Trailblazer around the corner, and Artist.
Oh my gosh,
goes for a drive-by without the satchel to get the kill. But RGL just heard that footstep. It's close. Putting that crosshair placement in, the wall bang across, and Artist again with another entry, make that even doubling it up.
I don't think we have to question anymore if he feels like switching roles has an effect.
Reckoning into the site. Heat now on a 1 versus 1 in the front of control. JZZ with the support to watch his back. So that's a spike down. Heat dashing forward to fight against Victor here. And wins it. Wow. Okay, the pivot. Spike just got picked up. We're rotating back towards the A site. Artist is stuck by himself in the back of the B halls. Just trying to keep them isolated into the B site, allowing now NRG to try to clutch a 3 versus 2.
Looking at the map for a moment there, Vans, it was so spread out. I was actually wondering who was on offense or defense the way that it just panned out. NRG is really trying to spread themselves so they can figure out how MIBR is playing. And now to defend the site here. Util to come in. It's just a heal for the team. Guiding Light might come up soon there.
Player standing.
The upchuck misses him. Trying to get the backstab timing.
Finesse?
Oh, right at the 2! And it's
And
not even a half. He has the flash to come out, but Heat then swings wide.
oh, they tried.
And MIBR is able to save that round thanks to that play from Heat, but that was so close there for Finesse.
They've had to work for it as NRG is putting up this huge first half fight. Artist, again, first kill.
Pain Shell's at the top 2. JZZ is going to be forced to just get away out of that position. Satchel charges up. As now a Reckoning now comes out on the defense from RGL. Hit by a Trailblazer. Artist somehow still survives in the back. Is doing enough to allow just all of NRG to play the pulse plant. 2 nanoswarms are underground. The lockdown's not going to do much because we've played already outside of the radius of the lock-in, placed down by MIBR. Artist still looking for more and has done some damage. The first Nanoswarm to come out. You hear now the high tide coming down too. As that Nanoswarm doesn't allow MIBR to tap onto the spike yet. Finesse now stuck in the corner, just running that clock down, doing what he can. And now finally tapped onto the spike. We're just spraying back, and there's just no time left. NRG will still capitalize on the first half to win it 8-4. Operator with how he's been playing on the entryway of the attack, but let's talk about this battle right here off the flash. It's still MIBR on the top, at least for a short stint, as Victor fights right back. Comes in for the third into the round and even picks up an orb. That's a great start here for NRG. To be brawly, to fight like they wanted to, and also take control of the spike.
FRZ looking for a big lurk here, but it wasn't the right way. Still thinking somebody is coming over from the side of B. Once NRG actually has all three around that spike, it doesn't really matter where MIBR is going to come from. So just looking to pick up these final frags. The Ghost from Marines could definitely do some work, but I like the defense we have. The trifecta here. 2 classics and a Ghost set over by the spike. Just making sure nobody's grabs it. Easy. So NRG look like they're going to start off with another round for themselves. This obviously could get pretty freaky, but like you were saying, as NRG does get this energy going into their games, a lot of the times it kind of looks like...
Last player standing.
Looks like potentially Victor with an ace.
30 seconds
as he gets
left.
4 into the round. FRZ now spotted by the turret. Victor and Crashies, the dynamic duo here.
Turret's destroyed.
Just looking to play together. Swing off contact as a Nanoswarm still available for FRZ. It's not going to do too much. Now both of them are swinging out. 8 HP left. But there's no time. One of them is going to run away, and that's going to guarantee the round then for NRG. And Victor on top of that will get the ace. Jeez, Finesse now spotted in the back of the pit. High tide then retaliated by NRG as they're trying to crawl back into Flower Pot. And Artist gets the paint shell kills onto JZZ. Nobody's really going for a plant, which is going to want to go for a last-minute plant, potentially towards the B site. The Reckoning comes out first.
Yikes.
And Heat catching Som, running away. Heat also dashing away. But all of MIBR is actually looking to re-hit towards the A site.
30 seconds left.
Artist on the off angle.
Last player standing.
Everything being well watched by MIBR. Artist is pushing back.
Yeah.
Holding it with Som! Would they both get picked off by Moritz, allowing now MIBR to slowly gain more back control.
Player standing.
Now this man, talked about him before. Unsung heroes in the way that he's been actually lurking around on Icebox before and has put up a stellar performance on these lurks against Crew last week. It's out. So a perfect call, a perfect read for NRG. Here comes now the Seekers onto the attack. He's gonna come in from the B lane, so that's gonna spot Victor right here. Just trying to stay alive, just trying to keep this pit up. A counter Viper's pit on the attack with 10 seconds left. Victor just holding it across the corner. Crashies is there for 2 kills. Comes out to Heat to fight back. Now the spike has been planted. Moritz now dancing out of his hit to be able to get the kill onto Crashies. Showstopper out. Clearing out towards the back of the site. Both did not have to move in. What? Oh my gosh. Moritz still dancing around the pit to get the last kill onto Artist. But then the Cove comes up in an attempt to plant for MIBR. 13 seconds left. Ran through but saved by FRC. Another attempt of a plant. As we're just spraying across, JZZ answers back onto Som. 4 seconds left, and finally the plant comes down. Finesse then gets slumped by JZZ. As a 2-player disadvantage comes out for, make that even up. 3-player disadvantage. Crashies trying to come out for the clutch. The B site with 18 seconds left. Crashies has lockdown though. NRG's closing in. And Crashies gets that first kill on that retake attempt. Som on the top of heavens. Util being used, util being heard. We're playing behind the high tide, but it's still NRG to fight back.
Enemy remaining.
A 2 versus 1.
Not planning for long.
And it's usually was FRZ that had that lockdown and never had a chance to use it. And because it's not planted for long, it's an easy defuse for Som.
has to be aware of. The post plan is not going to be easy here as NRG is going to come swarming in with a lockdown and reckoning. Already A main control Van Silly. They got to be aware of that.
That's the thing. 2 players playing on the top there. It's traded out, but that's perfect. And Crashies is still alive, so he has that lockdown from that previous round. And him staying alive is huge because it doesn't allow MIBR to play a post plan. Even catching players, pushing forward to try to take Crashies down. Some fights one and kills one from behind. 20 seconds left now. Seeker's now coming out. That is courtesy of the attack here from GZZ. Some under heavy attack, hit by one of the Seekers. 13 seconds left. He's being saved by Artist, who comes out toward the back of the
10
site.
seconds left.
Things are looking good here. Until then, Spike now falling down.
Spike down A.
So I'm still watching it on a 2 versus 1. No time left for the plant. So no matter what, it is going to be map point for NRG. It's a big kill that Crashies needed. And for the rest of MIBR.
Only one Viper bite.
Here comes that Cove out for the defuse. Half and halfway, but it's being sprayed by MIBR. Only one player left. They're so low on HP. One snakebite at least. Kill from the grave is going to be Victor. But MIBR stays alive. The thing is right here, the Riv, is that cancels out.
This post plant's going to be tough to retake.
So I'm so close here. Waiting for the high tide to come down. The flash for the peak. RGL not affected by it. It will eventually come down to this last round of regulation. The last 2 players only with frenzies for NRG. Well, did some damage there from Finesse. 2 kills.
For time on the horizon.
And the plant comes in once again for long range. There's that pit. There's an early Seekers. He's pushing towards the spawn. The first blood at the song. Everybody's dropping instantly for our NRG. Crashies low on HP, even at 1 HP inside the pit. And we are indeed going into the extra rounds. As
Man, silly, you cannot second guess anything. MIBR's around every corner. And Heat here on screens. 13.
finally has to activate it. Trying to swing out, and he's actually in the radius to get re-healed now. But Saul's watching it. Headshot now, advantage out for NRG, moving into the site. Flash attempted by JZZ, trying to push in through. Artist is getting the satchels in. Oh, RGL though continues to spray, putting down Artist. Spike has not been planted because of all of the pressure coming out from MIBR. But thankfully, it's still on the back here of Som, falling back towards the pillars. Counter spray is coming through on both ends, but it's just light damage being done. At the end of the day, it is a play advantage for NRG with 30 seconds up on the clock. As this might be the cue for NRG to fight right back. Flash in 3 seconds available.
Standing.
Make that in 0 seconds as Victor just got picked off by GCC. Or sorry, the opposite. Killed by the snakebite. As RGL now in the back of the site.
Spike planted.
Information's already there. Crashies gets the kill, and NRG's back in the lead. Thrown early. You talked about trying to force out early utility. They're able to do so as Crashies gets instantly traded out by GZZ. Now it's up to 1 player in the back of the site. Solo hold, solo play.
They go back to A here?
Probably not.
Probably
at this
not.
point.
Not the dive in.
The Spike's committed. And Finesse does get the first turns around on the other end, but GZZ's still there. Spike now moving forward from long B. High tide to move up. And this is not supposed to be some sort of back rotate. This is going to be a late lurk coming out of FRZ.
It's going to have to start coming in.
Tap first onto the Spike. Oof. Now the full plant coming through. Again, buying some time to allow this flank to happen. It's up to NRG to decide if they want to move really quickly now into the site. Boombot already trying to clear out the angles. JZZ prepped up with a flash. Not even needed. Pulls out the rifle first and does get that 3rd kill into the round.
2v2.
And here's that lurk from the bottom to make it a 2 versus 1. Low HP is Som at 2.
All targets clear.
It's time to stretch your legs, chat.
Right off the bat.
They've done this, getting the high tide out, but usually rotates over the B link. This time, it's MIBR that's looking to push. Crashies is waiting though while the execution happens towards the B side. Crashies gets the information on 2 players, so some room to breathe for NRG to plant inside this B site. The heal coming up now for Finesse. On to his teammates. The plant's a little bit deep. So there's an opportunity to do a safe defuse if MIBR can move in here from that B link and then initiate the defuse from there. Only Aurus is playing towards the back of the site. Maurice is moving forward. That flash assist allows for him to get another one. Finesse answers back. There's only one left to go. It's RGL, 31 HP. Cove up, full HP and armor are two players. As he lands a nice one there. Cascade up, tap onto the spike. Gonna stick it through. Victor so smart. Victor so smart for that win. And NRG once again fight. Evens up the tally on a 4 versus 4. 30 seconds left. Everybody's forced to fall back, re-heal, and re-hit for MIBR towards this B site.
4v3.
Sprays across the end, Artist falls. But we still have at least some players inside the site. Some moving towards the back end.
Delay.
10 seconds left on the clock. The flash! But it does not connect here onto JZZ. MIBR still has something left to stay. They still have some grit. They still have some fight. And it's all players of MIBR looking for the high-low. A big play off the flashes once again from JZZ. Artist is blind, forced to fall back. There's only one player playing towards the back of the site, and it's an assist for a flash to allow Son to move forward. A good look so far on NRG for a post plant. High Tide about to come down. Artist with a third, allowing NRG to get the third into the round. Only one left, and it's Som putting NRG back at that point.
Back call for 2. It's a big defense for those. All up to Crashies and Victor now, unless the team can get here in time.
Cascade, Jiggle Peak, Victor now snake bite on the ground. Dash coming in from Heat. An assist potentially coming across. Support from the end. It's going to be Artist at the top. Only one kill needed. It's Maurice at the bottom. And it's a Sacco to the kill. Artist comes back to fight with the rest of NRG. And we are going to a third map.
That is a sigh of relief from NRG. The entire team coming together there.
And Som doesn't have any stars to go for Gravel's paint shells, so he's just trying to peek out with the frenzy. Nato's starting to push him away, but we're committing now inside this B site for MIBR. Artist trying to fight back and will be able to do so. Maurice trying to gain control of the map, dropping from the heavens.
Artist?
As the ball line comes through, the assist for Som to get the kill. A 3 versus 1. FFRZ answers back. Plant attempted, running out, gets a headshot to Finesse, but there's not going to be any plant coming through. The round is still going to come in for NRG. Boombot now coming out. Victor looking for timing on the top. Oh, and RGL comes down.
No way.
And as he is aware of that, turns around a little bit too late. RGL still gets the kill.
Great patience, too. Just Crashies trying to find an audio coup, trying to figure out where he could use this guiding light next. There you go. Waterfall down? Oh no, straight up top. And here's the lockdown we were talking about from that orb grab previously.
30 seconds left.
Artist is just trying to stay back there. Crash is staying in the back.
Spike.
Of the radius.
Spike's up top.
Of the ult gets 3 kills into the round.
Player standing.
That's a 1 versus 1. 16 seconds left. Now FRZ picks up the Vandal. Crashy's just holding his ground.
10
Seekers
seconds
are
left.
available. He's not using it. He's just looking instead to get posted up for the kill.
Yeah, that was cool by Artis. Oh.
Still wants to play it patient. It's not being cleared yet. But at least it's info for the rotate to go back towards this B site. We are playing close. This could be contact with a showstopper on top of that. Despite a lower buy. There's Crashy's upgrading that weapon there. The clear comes across. Som gets 2 kills. Showstopper out! Connects onto Heat. And they spot the last player. A 3 versus 1. Spike now picked up. FRZ committed to move towards this B site. A kill in the plant allows for a lockdown to happen. And Finesse is already there to support. Flash available, pushing FRZ back. It's gonna be an orb pickup instead. Still time to work with. And still an opportunity to turn this round
30
over.
seconds left.
Back in favor of MIBR if FRZ could clutch this, but now with 20 seconds left, it definitely seems like it's a sealed deal. And NRG's thrifty.
The team is doing and how they formulate this mid strat.
Second time here for Victor.
Kill there. Finesse trying to push up into a B main, but looks like they stall it out with Victor's kill.
Is it just the same thing? Is he gonna go B and get a collat?
You wonder, right? You're always changing your position as a sniper after you take the shot just to keep a team guessing. Here towards B heaven. Sight might be clear, but they're ready to defend it.
Gosh, what a 180 to get that onto Finesse. But thankfully, Sam is there and also Victor.
Yep.
Spike down B.
One through the wall bang, right into the chest of RGL. That's a spike down. FRZ trying to clear some space, the timing to lurk out towards spawn. He's able to get that kill onto Sam. Alarm bot and a pin out. And a pit out. We get a plant for long.
Oh,
Walk in the pit. Artist gets the pick. It's now only up to Maurice. Trying to just stay close as he can here. Flashed out. Cannot now move into his own pit. Now as it comes down, all three players are there to greet him. Even Crashy's bearing a gif of a guided light in his hands. Here's a jump spot coming out here. Misses a shot, but at least a swing comes out from Crashies after the Seekers to get the kill. That now forces MIBR to just rush up towards B Heavens and try to drop into B. Nano starting to push Artis away. And even Sam playing passively outside the B site. But all those Seekers allowed all of NRG to already rotate up towards spawn. Staircase, the pinch is coming through. But there's players holding out towards Mail.
there are a lot outside sight here, Van Silly.
Paint shells on both ends, Artis and Crashies on that flank. Dropping all three players playing outside the site that you mentioned with. Only one left to go. Pinned long range by Artis. And that looks really good for NRG.
That's a tough spot to
For that eventual hit of MIBR inside the A site. And that's Finesse spraying through smokes. Getting the first pick off onto JZZ. We're still closing in. Crashes inside the site. Playing outside of the Nebula. They're going to let the plant down and Maurice gets a nice pick off that Bulldog. Aggressive position. Som gets the pick onto FRZ.
3v2.
And with the cosmic divide, close range with the shorty. Victor gets the pick.
Player standing.
And couldn't pick up the gun on time. Close range now. Som making it a 1 versus 1 against the IGL. Only with the Bulldog. Hiding on the other side of the wall. Now Star comes in. Oh, he heard the jump though. He heard the jump and Bulldog. Well, blindside! Wait! Off the smoke! As that the wall comes down, he swings back out, gets the kill! The 3 into the round!
To see those types of games being played at this level, Van Silly, absolutely amazing in their face. But it looks like they do want MIBR wants to go through vents in the end here.
Counting the utility being used though. Artis was trying to get that flank across, and that's counting the utility that Finesse was using up towards A Heavens. That's an opportunity to move back up. So NRG had to make a move. Figure out that they could play to numbers advantage, trying to get a flank across, but all of those angles, all of those attempts fully denied until we're still pushing towards the B site. Stopped by Victor at least to start. Som unfortunately is gonna get timing here by Heat. Okay, it was close. 17 seconds left, now footsteps rotating across towards A. And this might still actually be a save coming out from Victor no matter
10
what.
seconds left.
Keep that up.
Being hunted though.
Showstopper's ready, so you don't need an orb for that, but you are right.
Spike planted.
Blood in the water. They smell where Victor is. No movement yet from Maurice, but Heat is hunting, as you would expect. And this will be the true test, right? Heat picks up the op, says thank you, and starts delivering the medicine back to Victor.
Well, it might give it to FRZ if anything too.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they've been playing the Vandal onto Heat so he can continuously go forward. Keep those quick plays up. Uh-oh.
Spaghetti. Sorry, you got that in my head. Close range, and that's a shorty onto Heat.
So good.
Spike, of course, will go off no matter what. MIBR will get 4. But this will be good for the confidence of Victor. There's another one in. Seems like even that spike is taking forever to go off here. Is a lockdown, but a fake, at least from MIBR. Rotating over towards the A side. Still 2 players from NRG inside this A site, off angle, trying to get the delay. The fault line coming out from Finesse. And Artis catches Heat, jumping across. Even a cosmic divide to make things difficult. And everything's just working so well now. Off that kill, Crashies pops out the Seekers. That's gonna spot the last 3. A little bit ahead of 1 Seeker though, as FRZ is able to pick him off. And Victor's waiting with this op. No util really available, so it has to be a body peek. And Victor capitalizes on that kill. Showstopper to come out, and we are running away right into the crosshair. Assault and a long range.
Let's see if they can catch one. Here it goes.
Oh my god, it was almost a kill. The dink there down 22 HP as Heat could not escape from that satchel. But there comes the push.
Sheriff.
The support from Artis with the Sheriff in the wall bang. FRZ does have a frenzy against a low HP of Artis. And that spike towards elbow. Finesse looking for some support. Oh, he turns away. Thought that he was going to be able to get that kill, or spot that he got the kill.
Right.
As now Snakebite comes down. Nice push in from MIBR. Artis is only at 9 HP. Reed's now in a position where a body shot could take him, and he wide swings instead.
Looking right at him.
Maybe not as much, actually. It was still pointing towards the garage, so he gets this pick off onto Finesse. Or maybe too much tucked in there towards the staircase of Ramen. So it's a 4v4. Pain Shells to do damage onto Victor. Now players are pinned. Even Heat's falling all the way back towards the A site. Turret now gets the kill onto Victor, unfortunately, as we're trying to move forward and at least break that turret down.
30 seconds
Now NRG
left.
commits into the site. Storm clearing towards the back. A fake clear, and that allows RGL to move in and get two more with the Spectre. Crashy's trying to clutch it out. Breaking his legs, dropping down towards the B site to pick up the spike. There's only 14 seconds left.
I got the spike.
Always being wary of a potential
10
flank,
seconds left.
but it's coming from B, having instead the push initially from a ramp. A late lurk coming out from Artis as his teammates are slowly falling down from long-range battles. Finally, that lurk works out. Important kill coming up here. At least breaks the lockdown. Showstopper then coming out, misses.
It's down.
Blinded.
As Crashes is able to capitalize,
2v2.
punishing Heat. 2v2 indeed. FRZ
Remaining.
again the clothesline, putting Crashes on a 1 versus 1. 35 HP left.
Blinded.
FRZ only with the Sheriff. A tap onto the spike. Halfway now.
No.
Looking to stick it, and Crashes moves down. The headshot and a save for NRG. Artis is just waiting for a peek that tries to get information, but the shots are going to be heard. RGL's at default, and RGL still gets the first with support from Heat just behind him.
Down
They
B.
just stay in sight. They're waiting for the clear. Still going though. Energy's in.
Victor answering back. Still only one player inside the site. It's RGL dancing away into A main. Caught by Victor,
Last player
but down to
standing.
13 HP, and also down to himself. With the spike on the
30
tap.
seconds
Nobody
left.
peeking out. Two players up on Heaven as well. It's JZZ and FRZ. Victor looking out, and then that's a nice protocol there for MIBR. But we have a plant towards B main. Yes, it did find Artis towards mid, but it still has the opportunity to play the long range. MIBR, though, doesn't want to give that opportunity until Som has something else to say. Trade it off eventually. As it's up to Crashies and Artis. The swing out at least for the kill.
Standing.
But as Crashies gets the frag, Artis is trying to come out for the support, and they both get picked.
30 seconds left.
Great detection.
The flash and set to find out information, keeping the Seekers for the retake, but Satchels misses. Still shoots it towards the air and lands it onto JZZ. So it cancels out the Seekers, but Heat then comes in. Satchel across. Victor, though, gets the pick up to RGL. As there's only 12 seconds left on the clock, the spike is actually down. We have to move in to pick it up, but there's only one player left. It's going to be Heat.
Spike.
5 seconds left into this round, and we're at least going to get the plat
Player
down.
standing.
Artis missing.
Planted.
A double swing coming across, and Victor puts energy at map and series point. RGL, and it's a grab, well, a flash, and a flash even coming out on the attack, and those nades are gonna hurt RGL. Satchel coming out, Artis gets the first blood,
30 seconds left.
and NRG smells that victory. Now pushing into the site, JZZ gets the kill with the frenzy. 22 seconds left, 2 players are inside there.
Wait a minute.
The swing wide to
4v3.
allow these kills to happen. The showstopper onto the spike.
Down B.
And JZZ gets 4 kills into the round. After grabbing the orb, after grabbing the spike,
Maurice.
Reese makes it a 4 versus 4. It is gonna get chaotic right here in the spawn, and it's still Victor. Only
Energy's
3
so
players
hurt.
low on HP indeed. Victor still gets another one. Finesse with the
Standing.
frenzy. But we might go into overtime right here. Victor picks up a Vandal.
Again though?
A drop in, the shot, Marin's waiting for it. And for a second time,
Moment as they decide where to go. It's a hit towards B.
Heat misses the boxes. Gets punished right away by Finesse, who gets a flash. JZZ turns away from it, so it's immediately traded off. Saw him playing towards the back of the site behind a Nebula. Support coming out from Victor as well. And it's a 1-for-1. Upshot misses. One of the rare misses of Victor on the operator in a crucial time in overtime against MIBR, allowing the attack to get the plant in. Artisan drops in, caught off angle by GZZ once again, who activates the Seekers, goes in for the kill, cannot get it. The trade attempt not working out, chased by the Seekers. And pushing across, the satchel's already being used. Now it's a race towards the B heavens, and Crashies and Finesse give the players advantage, at least into the site. And there's also enough time to plant for long.
Vansili, this feels like NRG running an MIBR Pearl strat against them. One site to the next, they rush it, and now it's up to two members, FRZ and JZZ, to keep this game in their favor to get that W, or NRG brings us to another overtime.
And you'd be scared right now because it's JZZ.
Yeah.
That's still alive for MIBR. A late lurk coming up towards heavens. Artist wins it. There's that fault line to come out. As they heard now, JZZ has a flash activated close range. Now spotted on the top by Artist at towards Hell. And Song jumps across. RGL winning towards B main. And all of MIBR moving towards his B site.
Finesse. Oh, this is creepy.
It'll clear it. Easy kill. Transferring on to the second one. The spike is down. Ooh, but Heat answers back, and even FRZ gets two. Back into an opportunity for MIBR to close in into the round on the attack. FRZ moving in for a plant, and the plant will also allow a lockdown to happen. So there's the plant, there's the lockdown, and here is NRG pressured to fight back. And it's denied once again. They get a 5-player post plant.
Need that back.
That was well orchestrated. We usually don't see NRG just activating like that. A lot more goes into sussing out what's the utility, what's the agents. Confidence behind players there as they all go in together. Ooh, this retake. A little bit of util to be used. It's not clicking just yet, but this is gonna have to be MIBR dropping in soon.
They're not dropping in, they're dropping down.
Just dropping out.
RGL still had a couple of stars, but now with that Nebula coming out from Som, that is not gonna make it easy for RGL at all. NRG ties it up one more toss. And as they drop inside fence,
no.
An opportunity for Crashies.
Nothing!
Denied.
30 seconds left.
Into the smoke. Som getting caught off the rotate. Maurice off that lurk. An easy one for the kill. And it's now time for MIBR's chance to get a 5-player alive after the post plant.
One enemy remaining.
Artist.
Last man standing. And it's going to be so difficult here as is Agent with nothing to get information early. So only the footsteps to try to bait out their opponents to try to get the kills, but it's not going to happen. At least for NRG, they know that the Viper rotated across, so Artist is looking for the lurk on the top of the pick. Satchel's in now, could be a fake. Oh, the flash, not good enough. It's mistimed, and that forces now NRG to fall. Only one more to go, and it's not gonna happen. Just on camera, Heat gets the last kill, and MIBR get the upset against NRG.
Incredibly happy to get that one, Maurice, on your screen. The multiple fist pumps. Heat. Everybody on the quick